And good evening, my lovely Lost Tales, and welcome back to the Blue Rose Respite, first stream of 2023. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight, my lovely Lost Tales. I am your wonderful host, Stephanie Swanquills, and it's so good to see everyone back. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. But we're already on an amazing hype train, so I want to give my thanks to everyone who's renewing their subs and dropping bits at the moment. Thank you so much, Lou Bear, for your renewed subscription. You've been a sub now for 24 months, for 2 full years. Thank you so much, Lou Bear. Welcome back, and hi all. Hi, Lou Bear. Glad to be back. The Broken Pancreas, thank you so much for the 2-month resub. I really appreciate it. 2 months in, glad I can be here, and we're glad you can be here as well. Thank you. Salva Holder, thank you so much for the 19-month resub. The stars have aligned and the respite's gates are open. Welcome back, Stephanie. It's good to be back, Salva Holder. And we've got a hype train going. The Lou Bear, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I really appreciate it. Toby for the 100 bits. Thank you. Welcome back, Scarlett. Thank you so much for your renewed subscription for 34 months now, almost up to 3 years now of not only being an amazing moderator and friend, but putting up with my bullshit on stream. Did someone say 2022 stream? I might have said 2022 instead of 2023. I don't know. I'm still getting used to it. I think all of us are still getting used to it. I think even by June we'll still be getting used to it. The loop... The Lou Bear, are you serious? Thank you so much. Holy shit, for the 25 gifted community subs. Lou Bear, you're absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. You are just so incredibly kind and generous, and the support really means a lot to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Samuel, thank you so much for the renewed subscription for 30 months now. Thank you. 30 months of subscribing to the most illustrious angel of a streamer that has captured the hearts and minds of so many with her phenomenal talents of arts, hardened steel like resolve fresh from a warm forge, and impeccably gorgeous angelic, hypnotic and enticing visage of an immortal archfey goddess that man is lesser for forgetting. Samuel, you always have such a wonderful way with words, and a big thank you again for the incredibly kind birthday gift that you sent me. It's beautiful, and thank you so much for the amazing support on my stream. It really, really does mean a lot. So, tonight, guys, we are going to be finishing up Beacon Pines. So, from what I can remember, just for a recap, if you had watched me play this last year, you'll already be kind of familiar with the story, but for those of you who either don't remember, need a refresher, or weren't there for it, Beacon Pines is a wonderful kind of spooky storybook story where you have different branching paths depending on how you choose to react to certain situations. But the main story was it was a very small, very quiet town. There's some new development changes, a new factory that's been built, and some shifty going-ons that the kids are kind of looking into, our little heroes here before us. And then through different paths, we meet like unhappy ends in one way, and then you go back and you try a different path, and you discover more of the story. So from last we left off, and holy shit, we've got a level 6 hype train going, guys. Last we left off, we had the revelation that our main character in the center, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, I'm sure we'll remember soon, his grandmother was potentially involved with it in some capacity, because she was wearing one of these strange hazmat suits that people in the factory have been wearing. And there's some slight shiftiness, maybe some local government corruption, but we will see how things go. So I'm not quite sure how much is left of the game. So tonight's stream could be like an hour and a half, it could be 2 hours, could be 2.5 to 3 hours. It's all good. I just kind of want to get back into the flow of streaming again, and so it might be a little bit shorter tonight, might be a bit longer, but we'll see. In the meantime, I'm just having it's just amazing to see all you guys back. So thank you all so much, and a big thank you to Hayden. Thank you so much for the 36-month resub, 3 full years of watching the Twitch streams. Thank you so much, Hayden. I really appreciate it. And Toby, thank you so much for the 3 gifted community subs. You're amazing. Thank you guys so much. This is an amazing welcome back. Thank you. And I also want to say a big thank you to everyone for being so patient, because I was away for almost like 2 months now away from Twitch. And I'm just trying to get back into the routine and everything like that of my normal like content creating and stuff like that, of streaming and making videos. So it's because I usually have a lot on my plate on a regular basis, so it takes me a while to get back into the flow of things once I come back from vacation. So thank you all so much for your patience. I do very much appreciate it, and thank you so much for an amazing welcome back. Alrighty, let's get going then. Okay, well, it would help if I could get my controller working.
Chapter 6.
Oh, and yes, and there's wonderful narration as well.
Secret lair. Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows.
Mike, how's it going? Welcome back, and thank you so much for the renewed sub. Thank you. For 18 months now. Thank you so much, Mike. Oh, I'm glad you could drop by and say hi. It's my first stream of 2023. And Stephen, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. You are welcome at the Blue Rose Respite anytime. Let me see if I can remember how to play this game.
Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
That's right, Luke is the main character. Okay. And now I have to remember all the voices I gave everyone. Shit, okay. I think I gave Luca the kind of like Cult of the Lamb voice that I tend to do. So let's give that a try. What time is it? Alright, let's just see if we can familiarize ourselves with the previous story. So, also, I adore this game and the illustrations are so cute. Alright, so we seem to have kind of uncovered a lot of things. I think this is the branch we're currently on. No, wait, that was the branch that ended badly, so I think we're actually here, weather. So there's still a lot of things that we have yet to discover, I'm sure, but we will see how things go. Did you stay in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? I was actually in San Antonio, so I landed in San Antonio because that's where my friends are based. I'm coming, okay? Cool your jets. Oh no, wait, that's upstairs. I'm coming. Cool it. Hey guys. Rolo, what on earth is that? That ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this? It helps me think. I like his Sherlock Holmes hat. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. And guys, we reached an amazing level 6 hype train, guys. Thank you all so much. I hope you all enjoyed the emotes that come out. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate the incredibly generous, warm welcome back. Thank you. The coast is clear. Yeah, whatever she's been up to this week, it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rolo strutted across the room.
Okay, Beck was the name of the cat. If I were a Gran, where would I keep my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rolo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Aha!
He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. Right, she had 2 months that just moved here. Yes, she had just moved into town, so she didn't have any friends, and so she just kind of ended up tagging along for the adventure as well. Hey, Baron, how's it going? Welcome back. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rolo. Drat, may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah. The closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice. It's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who has ever thought, I'm gonna take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Oh, Ledru, this game is adorable. The art is so cute. I highly recommend it to everyone. Well, she is always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Run, 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 run. Alright, Rollo. This is your time to shine. Ah, yes. You've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Before he could finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick. And every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it!
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey, let me just yank on this random teacup and...
As Beck pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Secret doors! Secret doors! Seems like your gran has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only 2 types of people have secret lairs. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Okay, so more of an unhinged conspiratist vibe. Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. Alright, time to look. What do we have here? Barrels marked caution, explosive. And jam jars? That's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making? Ooh, okay. Also, those things, those words that pop up, they're what you then select when you have a branching path in the story, and you pick one of those options, and then that is directs the path that you'll go down. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs. Would she? Right. Only one way to find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberries.
He smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar. And... ink? What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha!
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mrs. Fratelli. A grand jam... a grand jamgram? That's the word of the day, kids. Oh, Samuel, the snacks are great. Thank you so much for sending them. It says, last night I used the disguised heiress provided to scout the location. Oh, it was a disguise. She's not actually working for them. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. More of a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let that slide. But I'm the bad jerk guy around here. Alright, what else? I'm doing really good, Jagras. Just trying to get back into the flow of things, like get hold of the ropes of my new job and everything.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
What's up? What do you got there?
It's my dad.
Oh no, was his dad involved in this?
Looks like some of his old medical files.
Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it?
I...
Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
That's right, I can't read. How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of the preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Following up examination of Terence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to the symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby of just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name. Wait.
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
There's more scribbling in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water in his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else.
Rollo scanned through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease or whatever it is, progresses so fast. And with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind. Exasperated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends.
What? There has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What did he mean, enough is enough?
How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit.
Luca slammed
Also, the
door
kids
shut.
cuss in this, and I do appreciate that. Luca slammed the doors shut. Drawer shut, sorry.
A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? 'Cause I'm starting to get a vibe.
Don't be ridiculous.
Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town. Out of the kindness of her heart. She puts little symbols by some of them.
Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle.
My moms are both on here. Both with question marks. Gus Valentine is a question mark. Harris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim!
We don't know what any of this means.
Whatever it means, it's probably not good. Anything else? Other than the table? I think that's that.
crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rollo.
Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Thanks for the stress check, Hayden.
Thank you. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow it,
Rollo carefully traced the path with his finger.
it leads right to
He jabbed down at the end point.
town square?
I've been stretching regularly while away. I've been trying. I'm a little bit out of practice, but I've gotten back into yoga, so I think that counts.
That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Rollo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on that map has the same symbol as those explosives over there.
So it's not hiding treasure?
A real bummer. Rollo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Did you just say gulp? This feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town.
She's gonna blow up the festival.
No! Not if we stop her. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was what?
No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs.
Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light,
Hi, kids.
and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps.
Hopefully it is just Grandmama. Please just be
kids looked
Grandmama.
The tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence. A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump,
Yoo-hoo.
thump,
I'm not here to hurt anyone.
thump.
I'm just here to help. Just
Thump. At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
guess it's nothing.
Rollo shifted suddenly.
Hi, Terriers. How's it going? Welcome back. And hey, Talon. Glad you could make it.
Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Rollo, don't.
It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Rollo, don't. Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rollo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rollo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver.
Chapter
No
7.
gasp.
The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
Oh no. Good luck, mate. You're going to be
Unconscious,
interrogated by the
Mr.
toughest
Tolliver
kids in
slumped
town.
heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
They run the classic good cop. Okay, because at the moment, sometimes you only have the option of one thing at a time, and then you see where that trail leads, and then you come back and try a different option. So they'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
It's exactly the way I said it.
I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool.
Luca walked calmly to the light switch, flicking it off and on a few times. Mr. Tolliver shook his head, gathering his wits.
Golly, I sure got my bell rung.
He looked over to find Luca, who returned a calming grin.
Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake.
Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me strapped down?
No one's fault, really. Rollo just got a little startled.
Rolo's here?
Rollo and Beck emerged from hiding to give a timid wave.
Start talking! Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even.
Luca glanced over to Rollo and Beck, who replied with skeptical looks.
Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement?
I'm here to help, of course.
Help with what? What's my gran up to?
If you just cut me loose, I can show you.
How do I know we can trust you?
Mr. Tolliver exhaled with disappointment.
Luca, have I ever done wrong by you?
No.
And since your gran moved to town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming?
Yeah.
So why would I turn my back on your family now?
It's just... all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town. An archive of my dad's old disturbing patient notes.
Luca gestured to the corner.
Barrels of explosives.
I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation.
Luca looked again to Rollo and Beck. This time they shrugged. Luca began to slowly loosen the bindings. Mr. Tolliver gently rubbed his wrists.
That's a good lad. This will all make sense in time.
He edged imperceptibly toward the stairs as he spoke.
He's gonna make a run for it. You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed.
Before the kids had even noticed his movement, Mr. Tolliver was at the light switch.
A past that must be brought to.
He punctuated his final words by flicking the switch and rushing up the stairs.
Lights.
No! Son of a...
Beck darted to the wall and turned back on the lights. It was too late. Rollo confirmed what they all heard.
He just locked us down here.
Mr. Tolliver's muffled voice came from behind the door.
I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there, and let the adults handle this.
They looked bewildered at each other.
Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck.
They heard the staccato thump of quick steps exiting the house. The kids looked down in resignation. This isn't how it goes in Hank Atomic. For some reason, they'd always assumed it was up to them to save their town.
Thanks for the hydro check, Hayden.
Luca opened his mouth, hoping to conjure some magical words to make this right. Only a hollow croak escaped. The end.
Alright, let's go back.
We certainly aren't going to find a grand resolution to our tale locked in a basement. Back to the drawing board.
Alright. So... we went down this path last time, so we have a way of going back and doing this path, but let's go over and do this one, because this was the confrontation that didn't end so well, so let's see where this one leads. Iggy took a step towards Luca, his sneer lit by the glowing puddle. Beck could see tears welling in Luca's eyes, his fists clenched. Some things about Beacon Pines were very different from the city, but a bully from a hayseed town is really no different from a city bully. Beck took a deep breath and thought, well, time to bust out the... tickle.
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
Hey, Tish, want to see something cool?
Yup.
Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
I will say, as a cat with little claws, that would actually probably hurt really bad.
What the? Tish, is she tickling you?
Yup. Hey-yup. Hey-yup.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
Yup, yup, yup.
Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
What just happened?
She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered.
I have somewhere to be.
See you around, new kid.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Oh, that's... oh, no, that's not good. Oh, no, 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 that's not good. Whoa. What a little creep. Beck, I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Beck shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? It depends. What are your feelings about having a more mature, refined look?
Oh, God.
Oh, I hope it's
Chapter
just
4.
that.
The best policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath.
So yeah, for those of you who weren't here for the last time I streamed this, when we took the other option, the bully fell face first into the puddle, and then he comes back later with like this super deformed half of his face. So I'm hoping that she just has like that little puff of white fur on her head, and it doesn't get any more serious than that, or she becomes a superhero. One of the two, knowing this game.
He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her. But finding Rollo was his primary concern.
Oh, that's right. And this is back when Rollo was still missing. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, let's go back then. Luca, what the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with grey hair just run past us in a panic?
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck.
I don't care who she is. What happened?
We were just helping look for Rollo.
Luca, I need you to start telling me the truth.
Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling. But this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We're running out of time.
In a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Oh, baby.
Rollo and I weren't just playing in Weepwood yesterday. We were investigating lights of the old Valentine warehouse. But someone was there in a strange suit. And we hid in the dumpster and had a heavy bag dropped on us. And I think it was a body. And so we ran, but we got split up. And I ran home. And it's all my fault. And now my best friend may never come back.
Wow. Just Wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground and thought.
It's okay, Luca. You deserve all the head pats. Everything's gonna be okay. Don't, baby, stop crying.
With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. Rollo's gonna be okay. I promise.
Roxy drew herself up.
Thank you so much, Ledger. I really like doing that voice because I can't really do a lot of like young, like little kid voices, but I am very proud of that particular voice I can do. I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home.
But I want to help.
This is too dangerous for a kid.
I can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You go back to that little tree house you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rollo shows up. Sound like a plan?
Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing, telling me the truth. Good! Good older sister! Very good! Now Scoot. Good older sister! Making them feel involved and helping, but also keeping them safe as well. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here, leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. Don't touch the goo. Wait at the treehouse in case Rollo shows up. We can do that. P. Okay, doing anything, buddy? No.
Mr. Nuncreed jumped with a start.
Hi. Whoa, don't sneak up an old fella like that.
Sorry. Who are you talking to?
What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh, no. I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. But the dang thing never does, of course.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it, really.
The whole thing's a waste of money if you ask me. Any word from Rollo yet?
Not yet.
Long time for a boy to lose his way.
Rollo knows these woods too well to get lost.
I suppose you're right. Silly boy's antics have this whole town worried sick.
Antics?
We all know Rollo likes to play his little pranks.
You think this is a prank?
The building music is making me nervous. What other possible explanation could there be?
He's not playing a prank, and he didn't get lost. Someone took him. I know it.
How would you know that? Unless... Luca, is there something else you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Oh, dang it, boy, if there's something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
Oh, I don't like this. There was a something lurking behind those eyes. There was a shame lurking behind those eyes.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help.
Yesterday, Rollo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rollo when he went missing?
Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster.
The dumpster? What were you doing in there?
At first, we were just looking around. Then someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw of him.
You got scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you don't go skulking in someone's dumpster.
But it wasn't garbage. I think...
Don't tell him.
I think it was a body.
I'm sure it was just some trash.
No, there was a name tag. It said deep engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Oh, I don't like this. Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep you safe. Why are you saying tried in past tense? Sir? You touch a fucking hair on that kid's head, I will have to challenge you to fisticuffs, sir.
Luca attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
You Van Horns just can't help yourselves, can you? We're all so close to being done with this.
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
Exactly, I would challenge him to fisticuffs in Minecraft. For legal purposes.
What are you doing?
It's out of my hands now.
The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Shit. You just locked a child in a phone
As
booth.
Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet.
Oh shit, we got another secret passage!
The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded
Oh
his view.
no.
Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much.
No!
The end.
No!
Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
Okay. Because it does give you a little tick when you've like seen through that option. So I think, yes, this is another branching path we have. So let's give this one a try. Beck called to Luca before he made his way past the gate.
Wait up, I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rollo could be prickly around new people, but Beck seemed cool. Rollo would warm up to her eventually. Probably. Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to rumble with ominous thunder.
You sure you can make it home before this storm kicks off?
Luca surveyed the roiling clouds.
I'd say the odds are good. Maybe you should stay here and I'll just make a break for it.
At that moment, the heavens opened up, unleashing torrential rain.
No!
Care to recalculate those odds? Hurry inside, you two, before you catch cold. Oh, sleepover time? Luca, Nellie will keep trying to reach your gran on the phone. In the meantime, you two hold tight. Sorry, not much to do up here. Most of my stuff's still in the boxes.
Mind if I poke around?
Be my guest.
Luca squinted into the eye hole of the microscope.
This looks wild. What is it?
Gum. Gum?
Luca adjusted the slide with his fingers to get a better look.
I'm tracking the structural integrity of gum with increasing amounts of chewing. Chewed that one for 47 days.
Luca wiped his hand off on his sweater and gave a nervous laugh.
It's weird, I know.
Beck looked down, timidly tapping the ladder with her feet.
You think it's weird, don't you?
A little. But weird can be cool.
Luca is such a precious bean, and I love him.
Oh, wow. Rollo and I have a radio just like this at the treehouse.
Probably not exactly like this one. My mom and I tore the whole thing down to the bolts. Fitted it with some state-of-the-art vacuum tubes. She seems pretty awesome. She gets carried away sometimes. I think she feels guilty for working too much. So when she does have time for me, she showers me with high-tech overcompensation.
Luca flicked at one of the toggles.
I bet you can get all sorts of stations on this. Not out here in the boonies. You wouldn't believe the stuff I could pick up back in the city. But around here it's all farm reports and static. Aw, shucks.
Luca bent down to examine the bouquet of wilting flowers.
Pretty.
Judging by the odor, they were well past their prime.
Oh. Pungent. We'll see where that one fits.
The attached card.
Happy trails from Coach Walker and the Fairview Condors.
Boy, you weren't kidding about poking around, huh?
Oh, sorry. Was this from your old school?
The most recent one, yeah. Some schools gave me going away cards, some gave flowers. When they're really trying to feel good about themselves, they do both.
So you moved a lot.
Yeah, that's the thing with having a brilliant parent. There's always a better job somewhere else.
These flowers should last longer if you put them in some water.
That's the sort of thing I would do if I cared.
Well, you cared enough to keep them, is all.
Luca,
can I ask you something? Of course. Dang, didn't that hurt?
I'll be honest. That hurt more than I expected.
Well, at least you look cool doing it.
Beck took a moment to watch the rivulets of water running down the window.
Do you ever feel alone?
Like, even when people are around?
Well, Rollo can be pretty absent-minded sometimes.
I'm serious. Does it ever feel like your family doesn't care what you want?
It didn't used to feel that way. I know Gran loves me, but
sometimes when she looks at me, it's like she's looking at a problem.
Luca took a deep breath, exhaling slowly.
All the kids in this town need a hug. I absolutely agree, Toby. I know the feeling. How do you deal with that? I guess I haven't yet. But one thing my dad told me when I was little:
don't hold a grudge, especially against yourself. When you try to hold it all in, you're gonna pop.
So then, what do you do? When you don't know what to do?
Dad never got to that part. Something I figured out on my own, though. You gotta do something. Anything. Here.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Something.
We're gonna register our complaints with the storm.
Listen here, you miserable universe. Stop jerking me around. I just want things to go back to the way they were. Everyone tells me it's gonna be alright. That things are gonna change.
Luca let out a feral scream that echoed into the night.
I'm not gonna do that to you guys with this microphone, so don't you worry.
Every time something changes, everything gets worse. Screw this town.
Well, let me try.
Moving sucks. I hate it. I hate it that I hate it.
Why can't I just deal with it and be happy for my mom? Why can't we just stay somewhere else? Why can't we just stay somewhere?
Her voice dropped to a trembling whisper.
I just want to be a normal kid.
Beck brushed off her shirt and straightened up.
There. Honestly, when you have that level of catharsis where you just like scream out into the rain or something that like smothers the sound of your voice, just it's an amazing and exhilarating feeling. So especially if you do it out in a storm or something. Wow, I actually feel a little better.
As abruptly as it began, the storm abated.
Thanks. I needed that.
Me too. I should head out before the rain starts up again.
Sure, I'll walk you out. See you and Rollo at the festival?
Sounds good.
Luca, don't let the universe jerk you around.
Beck gave Luca a light thump on the arm before heading in. Chapter 5. Friendly Feud. The air was heavy with the hard rain's residue, the smell of wet things. Despite his dreary surroundings, Luca felt at peace. He'd never shared those details about his dad with anyone, not even Rollo.
Oh.
But it's not like this changed anything. Rollo was still his best friend. Adding Beck to the group would help balance things out. Everything's better in threes. This is what Luca told himself as he headed to the treehouse.
Alright, let's head over to the treehouse then. Hey, you!
Hey, Don, tracking down a lead? You bet. I heard a juicy new rumor. Turns out, when Sharper Valentine died, he left behind a peculiar last will and testament. Peculiar how? He didn't just give his kids an inheritance, there were conditions. Like what? The document stipulated that Eris had to take on a child as a ward. A kid our age, who just showed up to town one night with a lawyer. Solomon? Bingo. So Eris was forced to take care of him. Yep, or she would have lost everything. Why would Sharper care so much about some random kid? Rumor has it, old Sharper sowed some wild oats. That explains the way Eris treats him.
Hey, Snake, how's it going? Welcome back.
Poor Solomon. How did you find all this out? A good reporter never reveals her source, Luca.
More secret things. Secret knowledge about secret things. I'm watching your telephone booth. You're still reading? He met his old friend's eye and was greeted with nothing but ice-cold anger. Heavens, this is no time for fractured friendships. I have a feeling that, Luca and Rollo, they're gonna get into a bit of a spat. Excuse me, what are you doing? Just locking up for the night, sir. Oh, wonderful. I can only assume this means all festival preparations have been completed ahead of schedule. Not exactly, sir. The storm set us back a bit, and it's getting late, so we all decided to... You all... decided. Yes, sir? I was unaware that your job involved deciding things. We're all here at Perennial Harvest because we believe in creating a better future, yes? Yes, sir, very much, sir. Do you want to be the one that to tell this town that we failed them? No? Then we gave up because there was a little rainstorm and we all got sleepy. Of course not, sir. Good, then it's decided. Yes, sir, we'll work till the task is done. See that you do. Our harvest awaits. Yeah, I can pose. Oh, that's right, you can pose in different areas and it kind of zooms in and out. Oh, and that's right, we can do a little bit of fishing to get a little bit more of a memory. Because we got 1 or 2 new words, I think. Oh. Go pick out your bait from the tackle box, buckaroo. Yes, we just got 1 new word for now.
Luca wrapped a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
What do we get? Now I just have to remember how the fishing game works. I think it's good.
Yeah. Property of Sharper Valentine.
Figures. If he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town.
Should we give it back to him?
He may not even want it back. The man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here, in case he ever wants to pick it up. Alright, that's it for now.
Baby Luca. Rollo, are you still up there?
I'm sorry, Rollo isn't accepting visitors at the moment. Come back never.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times, and it always meant one thing.
Can always use more time fishing. Ah! God damn it. I miss the terrible puns.
You're upset.
Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason?
I didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
The rain helped me up.
Liar. You weren't even home.
What?
The storm got bad and I got worried. So I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to your house and you weren't there.
I hadn't made it back yet.
I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't take all day to deliver some jam.
No, The storm rolled in out of nowhere, and I got stuck after dinner at Mech's house.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Oh. Beck? Hang on. Just got a bug on my computer screen. Bleh. Beck? Dinner? What in the heck is a Beck?
She's a new kid in town. She's actually kind of cool. You'd like her. She needed help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends.
New friends? I spent all day waiting for you, and you off making new friends?
It's not like that, Rollo.
You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise, but you took so long the storm knocked it all down. Just like you knocked down our friendship.
What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
Oh, kids, stop fighting. This means you're a bad friend. You don't care about me.
Of course I care, you ass!
I just get a kick whenever these adorable kids say curse words. It's just so cute. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you, but I kept my word. 'Cause that's what friends do.
Oh wow, what a noble sacrifice you made.
Easy for you to say. Your gran doesn't even care. Oh. You can stay out as long as you want, and you wouldn't even get in trouble.
Seriously? You're acting like I chose this? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pa is right. Storms bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca.
Stop quoting your pa's nonsense like it means anything.
Yeah, well, at least my Pa is still around. No, roll a bad friend move.
The words hung in the cold night air. Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line.
Oh, he did.
But it was too late.
Luca,
Good night, Rollo.
Dang it. Welcome back to the Blue Rose Respite, guys. I hope you're ready for some feels.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Ooh.
Oh, the Logan Rapso, thank you so much for following me. Oh, I'm so glad you're able to make it to one of my streams. You're welcome anytime, my friend. Thank you so much for dropping by. I do a lot of voice acting on my streams. Like, if I'm playing a game like this and there's no like voice cast, I tend to do all the voices, so I have a lot of fun with this.
What a jerk. Called me a bad friend? Ooh, I'm Rolo. Look at me and my amazing family.
Stupid, dumb Rolo with a stupid, dumb family.
I guess I'm never supposed to make new friends.
Oh, baby, no! Oh. Luca?
Gran cooed gently from the hallway.
You slept straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright?
I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet.
Okay, I'll leave this oatmeal by the door. I've got to run out and take care of some things.
Okay.
I'll be back later to check in. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
Everything's fine.
If Rolo thinks I'm still going to the festival with him, he can shove it.
I bet Rolo's still going to the festival. He's gonna be miserable. Okay, there's gotta be something here we do. Okay, I think the only thing we can do is sleep, but I worry, or I think that maybe if we miss the festival, something happens. Luca dozed off again. Luca, I see you didn't eat your oatmeal.
Wasn't hungry.
Well, just in case you get hungry, I'll leave a sandwich here too.
Thanks.
Rolo came by.
What did he say?
He wanted to talk to you.
What did you say?
I told him you weren't feeling well.
Good.
So, your plan is just sit in your room all day?
Pretty much.
Well, I need to get away again for a minute. If you decide to end your pity party and go outside, I think it'd do you some good.
Noted.
Luca still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rolo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
Ah, yes. Denial. Just stay in your room and do nothing.
There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway.
Thanks for the stretch check. And sweetie, you need to eat something. Hey, there we go. Thanks for the hydrate check.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
The complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rolo had received it for his birthday. A special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rolo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rolo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often.
Oh.
Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind. But it had stayed right there where Rolo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca, Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Modwell. She said you met yesterday.
What did she say? Is she here?
She was just dropping by. I told her that you weren't taking visitors today.
Oh.
She seems nice.
Yeah.
You had a fight with Rolo, didn't you? Can I come in?
Maybe later.
Alright then. I'll leave dinner on the kitchen table. In case you want a bite before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon.
Hey, Clonsinator, welcome back.
He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad? Where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source.
The source?
Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour.
Oh, this is weird.
Make yourself comfortable. Luca held his shivering hands over the flame to warm himself. It doesn't work that way here. Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame, see? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was Beacon Pines itself. Tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand. Why waste energy helping people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within.
Who is it?
Luca's own face looked back at him.
No!
Older, worn, distant. The sensation was oddly familiar, as if he'd caught his own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't me. Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad, if you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean?
They're asking the real questions here.
Felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes.
I love the art for the grandma. It's just so... She just looks so genuinely cool and nice, and she looks like she makes the best apple pie.
The kind, concerned face of his gran came into focus.
How are you feeling?
Fine.
Anything you want to talk about?
I don't feel like talking.
That's just as well. How about you sit there and listen a bit? Whatever you and Rolo fought about doesn't matter.
But he...
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
Fights between friends happen. What was said doesn't matter. The important thing is that it's not the last thing you ever say to each other.
But the stuff he said about... But he said stuff about Dad.
Well, do you think he meant it?
No. He was just mad.
Mm-hmm. And did you mean any of the things you said to him?
No.
Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments and accept them in their worst.
Oh.
Now get your little butt out of bed. The festival's today. You don't want to miss that, do you?
I guess not.
Seems like a good opportunity to make amends with Rolo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
Hang on. Excuse me. So buy him a corn dog and apologize.
But he's the one that...
What did I just say?
Buy him a corn dog.
That's a good boy. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last-minute festival business to take care of. I'll come find you at the fountain a little after lunch.
All right.
I love you, Luca.
Love you too.
Oh, my heart is very
Luca
full.
took a
Thanks
deep
for the
breath.
hydrate check. And the stretch check. Oh. Thank you. Luca took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6. Through thick and thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rolo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship. Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding. If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rolo.
Okay, let's try treehouse first. Can't remember which way it was. Let's try this way first. Oh, that's right. That's where the grave was. So head back down this way. Hey! Luca. Rolo wanted me to tell you something.
What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet.
Roxy, I don't...
It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two are to fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need a favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. Space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. I think it's the treehouse. Is it this way?
The road leading to Beacon Pines was long and uninspiring. A sort of natural barrier for the impatient.
Right, that was the road leading into town. Let's have a look at what everyone's up to first. Unique New York, unique New York. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
Mr. Kerr pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up the old gab box.
You nervous?
Oh, heavens no.
Well, break a leg. How goes the beetle hunt?
Pretty rotten. Haven't been seen so much as in whatever that word is. Exquave? Something like that. It's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzzes or skitters is just packed up and left.
Oh, I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I'm going to avoid the people from Perennial Harvest. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival.
Totally.
The town's still falling apart. The weather's still cruddy. And the season's harvest looks like it's going to be worse than last year's.
You said it.
No amount of corporate pandering is going to change any of that.
Exactly.
But the lemonade at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fits. I'm still going to be mad at them. I'd just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
I also just want to see if there's any extra words I can unlock. Hey Jeff, everything alright? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. It ain't right these days, you know.
I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow.
Sterek, how's it going? Welcome to the Blue Rose Respite. Glad you could join us tonight.
Then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't you?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Haha, every single time.
Yup. Wait for it. Unexplained sound once again noted.
Like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Haha.
Alright, I'm gonna leave them to it. Can't go down that way. I know it's probably the treehouse, but I'm just going to do a quick check just to see if there's anything else I'm missing out on. This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the foul harvest. I had my doubts about Perennial Harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. Guys, you doing anything? Hiya, Luca. How's Griffin doing? What? Oh, nothing.
Sorry, all became flesh.
Just pretend I didn't say anything. And yeah, the fountain makes me a little nervous. What's gonna happen?
Maybe you're actually taking a break from studying? I wanted to see what all the festival fuss was about. But I can't help but notice, you still brought your backpack full of books? Luca, backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True, true. So what you got in there? Books?
Hello, you two. I was able to return the Perennial Harvest safety suit you borrowed. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now will you tell me what you needed it for? It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't going to harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. Her art is just really cool. I'm not quite sure what breed of dog she's supposed to be, but she fits that kind of corporate elegance just so perfectly. Hey, Luca. So you're done at the library? Huh? Oh, nothing.
Griffin looked away suspiciously.
Nothing at all. What's at the library?
Luca, did you know that Beacon Pines is actually unincorporated? A lot of people don't know that. Wow, yeah, I didn't know. What's that mean? It means most public works are handled internally. We do all the pipelines, the water treatment, building regulations.
That's great.
Census taking. Emergency services.
Yeah, time to walk away slowly from that conversation. Alright. Let's not get too far. Actually, no, well, there was that other side of town. I wouldn't mind taking a quick glance at if anything over there is different. And then we'll head to the treehouse. Now, Griffin did mention the library. The library, somewhere quiet. Oh, it's the comic book section of the library. Okay, in that case, I want to go quickly look at Because we got some more words. We got 1 or 2 more words, so I want to go fishing for that quickly. An Afghan hound, that's it. I think, yes, she's supposed to be an Afghan hound. Did you hear? After Mr. Kerr gives his big speech, they're going to have the first annual biggest catch competition. As long as the boot qualifies as a catch, I'm a shoo-in!
Good luck.
Okay, did we, because we got 1 more word, I think. But it depends if it's... No, it's not included in this, so I'll just jump through this, so we can go back to... Can we just leave? Yeah. I just want to see if there's anything in the treehouse that needed to get, but I don't think so. Let's head over to the library then. You can't catch a fish with tears, unfortunately. I know, but maybe if I cry hard enough, they'll come and see what's like the dripping onto the surface. Ah. Excuse me. Library.
Hey, Luca.
Cato's eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo in deciphering the first riddle. Yay!
The first.
Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rollo does go all out, doesn't he?
Cato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Ahem.
Apologies in advance.
On planet Farpool, you may take issue. When the 5th king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Cato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out.
Right, when you find it, bring it here to be verified.
And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands.
I have been getting a good amount of sleep. I've been actually sleeping a lot this weekend. So I think it's the 5th issue of a comic book.
Hi, Jace. Still working through the newest Hank Atomic?
You know it. Some fascinating canon towards the end. Hang on. Did you know that a Hank Atomic's shrinker array doesn't technically shrink stuff? It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered.
So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else?
Bingo.
That's wild. But Jace, no spoilers, please.
Oh, right, sorry. Alright, looking for the book.
The Modern Science of Atomic Radiation from the shelf.
Once you got a book, you can either bring it here to me, or just grab a different one.
Luca grabbed the Modern Science...
Okay, no, I want a different book.
Luca grabbed Natural Photography, Volume 5, from the shelf.
Okay, I'm gonna try this one.
Let's see, what do we have here?
Natural Photography, Volume 5.
Nope, I'm afraid that's not the correct book.
Okay, here's a hint. The words I emphasized are important. Issue. 5th issue. I got that, but okay, 5th issue specifically.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4, from the shelf.
Okay, so it's not that one. Whoops.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5.
There we go. I brought the thing.
Ah, you found it!
Cato removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5.
Yee!
Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Rollo's cipher pen. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that. And only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it. But I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb. Potted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rollo. Now, let's see here.
Cato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a grift.
He continued flipping.
Only found in grub cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in grub cart. Griffin grub cart. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato.
Go to Griffin's snack stand. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with furries. As long as you're living a life that's fulfilling and happy and makes you happy and you're not hurting anyone, then more power to you. Hey, the Field of Racing! Welcome to the Blue Rose Respite! Glad you could join us! Griffin's snack cart. Was that this one with the drinks, or is it? Oh no, Griffin is the lizard. That's right. Oh, my time back home was wonderful. Yes, it was so much fun. And glad to see you again, Sheb.
Hey, Griffin. Did Rolo come?
Before Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh,
Oh, that's it.
bought and paid for. Enjoy.
I thought that was supposed to be a riddle or something.
Luca shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yeah. It's cold.
Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Rolly wanted to make sure that he gave you that one specifically.
Well, that's just...
Luca tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth.
He put a note in it, didn't
reached
he?
into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come on.
He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
Pick up when you need some pep. Near the fountain, up the step.
Luca finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
This is getting to be a whole thing.
Alright, so it's up the back where that cafe is. Hey guys, do you have something for me? There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rollo owes me one.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings, your final task of friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard.
Super strong.
Oh, I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. What takes flight but has no wings, a final task of friendship brings. Good luck, Luca. Oh, this one's making me scratch my head. What is this? What takes flight but has no wings, your final task of friendship brings. The wind, bubbles, balloons, all very good options. Actually, time is a good one. I think it might be time. So let's go see if there's like a town clock or something like that. I was just seeing if there was anything further along here, but I think this is all kind of same old, same old. So let's, I think because there's a clock tower or something, like the town clock tower. No, not here. Oh, I love me a riddle as well. Oh, there he is! Hey. Oh, it was balloons. It might have also been balloons. Hey. Did you find the comic book?
Yep.
And you got the corn dog?
Yeah.
Well then. I know it doesn't make up for what I said. But here, you've earned this.
Rollo sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Oh. Thanks. You didn't have to go to all this trouble.
I'm sorry I got so mad.
Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened, with your mom and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rolo. Still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. And that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rollo, hugging him as tightly as
Oh, my heart is very full.
Rollo, I don't deserve you.
Steph, a box with that hinge's key or lid, yet golden treasure hides inside his head. It's an egg. I've read The Hobbit. I don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? You could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Aren't you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down?
What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us.
Really?
Yeah, the rest of the world can wait for one more day.
You know, I have been wanting to get some more work done on the MCDC at Mission Control. The aim is a bit unpredictable.
That sounds perfect.
Oh, this makes me a little nervous though. I think something's gonna happen. Because we were inside for almost that entire day, so we missed an entire day of being able to do stuff. So, I think there's like another thing we can do. Or something's gonna happen to the town while we're away. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Rollo handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now.
A letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand.
Oh no, what's gonna
If I'm
happen?
honest, I hardly understand them myself.
No. Grandmama, what are you doing?
But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you.
No, I don't like where this is going.
None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
I love you too, Gran.
Luca folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about?
Maybe later.
Sure, whatever you want.
You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize.
I know, but we've been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me.
Rollo.
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
Oh. The festival seemed nice. Was it nice?
We could still go.
Nah, this is fine.
Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue.
What's gonna happen?
A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
No!
Huh? What was that?
No. Aw, man, we missed the fireworks.
It was not fireworks.
No.
It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend.
What?
Something as old and cruel as time itself.
What is it? They're fucking dead.
Cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react,
What the
it
fuck?
encased them in ice. Two boys,
This fucking game.
united by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason.
This game. This fucking game.
And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
This is fine.
In a silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time. The end.
Nope.
No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't.
I don't accept it.
I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either.
I won't.
There are
Will you
more
guys?
endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Like, I love this game. It just throws like the biggest curveballs at you, but it makes sense. Like the two of them were fighting. There was that whole day that passed where they didn't talk to each other. Other things were put into motion. And then, you know, they weren't able to stop anything. They weren't able to do whatever it is that needed to be done. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, so we've already done that side of things with fight or flight. Actually, no, we did this side first. We did this side before with the storm breaking. So let's jump back over to this side, shall we? So it was fight or flight. So let's try flight this time. Because, yes, we chose to fight them off. And this is the path where the bully was pushed into the puddle and had a bad reaction to it. So, Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? Iggy wiped his cheek with a sleeve. What are you going to do, Luca? Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches. He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts. But I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See you, jerks.
Oh, fine. We know where that leads then. This way, we'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice.
Ooh.
Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
Okay.
That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost him.
Are we up in the mountains?
I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill.
What's up with the Winter Wonderland?
All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me.
Oh yeah, find a way home. This will be fine. Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that bozo cur. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods.
Luca looked at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
With a resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you.
He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios?
Just lucky, I guess.
Boy, howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you?
You knew my parents.
I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
Ooh, we gotta keep moving. If they did something to his mom, ooh, them fighting
A
words.
disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. 2 faint seams were visible along the surface.
A manhole cover.
If it is, I've never seen one like it.
What's the readout? It's in just above 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should we report it to Mr. Kerr? It's still within safe ranges. Maybe spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before you can punch out. Let's get this over with. Okay, are we kind of near where... Okay, so this is a dead end, I think. Yeah, let's go back the way we came. What's all this? Hard to say with all the snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out the letters under here.
What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into Weepwood.
I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1. Snow's gotta go.
I'll see what I can do.
What?
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines?
How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here?
I guess we got turned around.
Where did all the snow come from?
Well, it's been colder than normal lately.
There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape.
The puddle we fought at before. It was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source.
You think it's related? What the hell is going on?
We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving.
What the shit is going on?
The fencing listened, each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
Looks like the stuff they put up around Weepwood.
The stuff who put up? I don't know.
This stuff look familiar to you?
It looks like the barrel near the puddle I,
shoved me into, yeah. I have so many questions! It's all frozen.
Looking down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast.
The fish didn't even have time to run.
Or, you know, swim run. I'm glad I chose this path, because this is like, we're directly looking at the aftermath of what happened in the previous timeline.
He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Maybe? There might have been a Dragon Ball Z or a bridge reference, maybe? Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow.
There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking.
You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This is one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled, the town is destroyed, and everyone we've ever known is gone.
We don't know that. You can't just quit.
Do whatever you want. Quitter! I'm done.
Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry.
Oh.
Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Don't. Let's just rest for a bit. No, you get somewhere warm. Don't do it out in the open cold.
They huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day.
Babies, no!
As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
No! Get inside, you idiots! The way the snow covered everything over. It's kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks.
Huh?
For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there.
Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper.
Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right?
Of course not.
And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper.
But I did lose my temper.
Iggy motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done.
Huh?
I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works.
Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you?
Of course. Geez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get into fights?
Iggy shrugged.
It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored. Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rollo are always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Iggy now wept openly.
Oh, perfect little Luke of Van Horn. With his perfect little life.
My life is not perfect.
Everyone in town likes you.
Not everyone.
Well, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and even she already likes you. You have Tish?
He wiped his nose with a sleeve.
Oh. I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I get that impression.
Iggy cleared his throat as he wiped his eyes.
Must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
It's totally raining and not at all we're healthily expressing how we feel. No, can't be that. Gegosh, thank you so much for the primary sub for 9 months now. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you. Yeah. Should probably get some sleep. No, don't. Let's lay low for now. Go inside. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all of this.
Luca's eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca?
Yeah?
I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think?
Not bad.
I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad. Babies, no.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. "Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this." The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. "It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you?"
Oh.
Luca snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. "Remember what?"
Remember what exactly?
The doppelganger pointed to the couch. "The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us." He turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. "That's not true. He didn't abandon us." The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. "Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Well, let me show you." The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went." He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope.
No, baby, no.
It was his parents, fighting.
Yeah, agreed. Wolf Warrior, those jokes are not appropriate in my chat.
"Do you remember what we did next?" Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. "Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this." She was scared.
Oh.
His father stepped forward. "What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people.
Oh.
I won't turn my back on them."
No.
His mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. "I can't lose you." Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder.
No.
"What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong."
Yeah, Sam, actually, if you could delete that, that would be great. Thank you.
"I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this."
Sharper?
Eleanor raised her voice. "Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son?"
Oh.
Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. "Luca, is that you, buddy?" With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. "Mom? Dad? What's going on?"
Oh.
Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. "Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all." Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. "It sounded like you were going somewhere?"
No.
Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. "Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in." Luca hugged his
But
father
he wasn't.
tightly.
He wasn't.
"Promise?" Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. "I promise."
But then he didn't come home.
With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun. A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Who are you? Get your hands off
Whether
me.
it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Luca looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean?
Take it easy, Iggy.
We were asleep, minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you...
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hatted, scarfy-necked furball.
Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here.
Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend. An observer. A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great. How about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Nat began to turn away indifferently.
Wait. Do you live here? You might say that.
So you know where we are?
You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here one way or another.
Iggy turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well. I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Luca and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Are you gonna give me answers? Come on, Nat. Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
For a brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines.
Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weepwood. And we teleported to some alternate universe.
Or this is all some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons.
This is not our home.
You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original, true Beacon Pines. But what fucking happened? You both grew up here. But the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair. But a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate.
We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed.
You think so? Unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. Veritron, thank you so much for the 5 gifted community subs, and welcome! I think it's your first time with us tonight. Thank you so much for the support and my wonderful archive of lovely lost tales. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Thank you! Oh, thanks so much for the warm welcome back, guys. It has to be a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane.
Luca and Iggy looked around uncomfortably.
So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. Because I'm struggling to think back about clues that were dropped when I previously played this. Wasn't there something weird about the previous town, or like a town down the road or something like that? I could be wrong. But maybe this is a place where a really bad experiment went awry and they rebuilt Beacon Pines in another location, and like the kids just don't remember because, you know, you're kids and your memory's a little bit weird. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is uncover.
Matt narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source. Why'd you say the source like that? Why indeed.
Luca began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous.
There's no way they
He
could.
looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance.
Oh no,
As
he's
he
gonna go back
turned
to his
follow,
old
Matt
house.
called out,
Iggy,
It's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weepwood. Oh, the plot thickens,
Chapter
guys.
6.
Thank you for the stretch check, Hayden. Thank you, thank you. Unfortunately, I must leave for work now. Welcome back, Steph. This is a fantastic return stream. I can't wait to see all the wonderful things you have in store for us this year. And thank you so much for the wonderful warm welcome and good luck with work.
The source. Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
Oh.
Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth.
No! Hey Vince, how's it going? Welcome back. This game was a lot of feels, so we're all like feeling a lot tonight. But thank you so much for dropping by.
He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow.
Oh, Luca!
His numb hands hit something hard. A headstone.
No.
A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
you're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you. But you've been here, alone, in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do?
There was no reply, just snow-covered silence.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry for a million years. This hurts. This really hurts. Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
Iggy finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy.
Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
We gotta hide. $259K. Fall off distance, still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who love them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
He bent down to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Weirdo. Here I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses are really out there literally dancing on
Luca
graves.
stuttered through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me.
Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some advice.
Iggy gave Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey!
Who's any of this helping?
What?
Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who are you helping?
Iggy, look what they did! They lied to everyone!
Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you, acting like a horse's ass,
I should stand up for myself.
hell yeah. Karen and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off the switcheroo for a reason, right?
Nat mentioned something about a source.
Luca wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to perennial harvest.
Sure would be a shame if something unfortunate was to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. And what if it's too big to smash?
Iggy flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge.
I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise.
Baby, no.
Let's do this.
Little badass. Fuck yes, Luca. It can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way.
Where's Rollo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her?
Oh, heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Iggy and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Oh, shucks. Now that hurts my feelings.
Screw that guy.
Time to fuck some shit up!
Wait a minute. This is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
Oh!
What's that?
Long story. So a few years back, I, came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids. The good stuff.
So why did you bury it under a tree?
That's the long part of the story. You and Rollo were doing chores at Rollo's chicken coop. And you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Iggy stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So I might have underestimated things.
You blew up the chicken coop?
I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. It wasn't arson, it was incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the look on your faces.
Rollo got grounded for months.
Which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried him under that tree. But when I came back from later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found him and tossed him.
Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got moved. It was us. Unbelievable. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who's in way over his head.
A hero is just someone who refuses to give up.
Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero.
I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself.
Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Oh, excuse me.
Prepare for blast off, loser.
Ooh, little Mr. Sassy Pants over here. Ooh, that's spooky. That's real spooky. Okay, can we explore much else? Probably not. Let's do the thing.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo.
Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now.
Why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it.
This is the source. It's a dang hole.
How do we smash a hole? Oh no. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend.
Kerr. Where's Rollo?
I wasn't lying before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two at least. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
He's gonna kick the kids down the hole, isn't he? I just have a gut feeling that's what he's gonna do. It really is something, isn't it?
What did you do to our town? What is all of this?
Well, it's a doozy of a question. This is the source. They collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Start explaining. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know.
What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge?
Oh, heavens no. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications.
Complications like us.
You are a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way.
Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey.
The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras, ready for your curtain call.
We aren't giving up without a fight.
Your smile's not going to be so winning after we're done with you. Now boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
Kerr snapped his fingers.
Scene change? No! There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking?
Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop. Let's not do something regrettable.
Joke's on you, regret is one of my specialties.
Mood.
Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole?
Mimes Against Humanity, thank you so much for the 3-month primary sub. It's not arson, it's incendiary redecoration. It's not theft, it's appropriation. It's not breaking and entering, it's dropping by unexpectedly. All of those were great. Thank you so much, Mimes. Really appreciate it, thank you. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. That's far enough.
He plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool.
Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. We can all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down.
What, like this?
With a nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Yes! Ooh, he's nervous! Whoa!
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca. Iggy tried to twist away.
No!
But in the struggle, they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped.
No!
His grip was made precarious by the
No, 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 no!
He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back.
What channel do I use?
It doesn't make a damn difference, they're always listening.
If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way you can get out of here is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself.
If he lets go, we both die.
I don't want to die.
But seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. That kid is hardcore! Fucking hell.
Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why didn't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Luca, you cold motherfucker! Long life? I'll have you know, I can still play 25. Should have heard me sing the part of Phyllis
With
Young.
a wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Wow, can you believe this guy? Okay, new word unlocked.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go.
No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Luca felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are.
Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr.
Iggy, no.
Luca felt his hand slipping.
No.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies.
I can't.
It's your only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs. Baby, no!
Settled over Iggy's face.
Baby, no! Luca, let me do this.
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. Oh no, Luke had no choice but to... Oh, come on! Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do it in order. It was refuse first, and then accept. Okay. Fuck it. Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. I think with that, they'll both go falling in.
To refuse Iggy's request, he tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger.
I know neither option's going to end well, but I don't think this is like the full like correct ending with either of those options. I think the main story is the other one with Rolo.
It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca.
Thought so.
The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
Yep.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Okay, just because we're in this particular moment, let's do the other option and just like knock these two out of the gate. Okay, oh, fuck.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request. With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Baby, no. Honey, no.
Hell of a goodbye, Iggy.
Luca, you should really step back.
What?
Quickly. Curious. Ah, but of course. Those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives.
Not until you tell me what just happened.
Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway.
How?
Tempest liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. Oh, we're doing some time traveling in this story. Okay. But doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, the energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and the fireworks make the whole freeze over? That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
We have some idea what that would look like.
It would take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again.
We know all this stuff. Why haven't you been helping?
I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait.
Wait for what?
You.
Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are going to save the world. No pressure.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold.
Yeah, there's just...
Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger?
That's...
Just when it
Oh,
was
I love
over?
this game.
I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Alright, so it was 2 charm. Where is it? Okay. This is the next branching path that we have, and we've like literally explored everything else that we can at the moment. So let us go back to good cop, hard cop? Interrogation time, round 2. Hard cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, 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 Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver!
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now, hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. Okay. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... Well, let's just say, I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I don't even...
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. To make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran. Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good
He
lord.
shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What? It's Operation Sparkplug.
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with
Genius.
a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him.
What did he say about the source?
It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any farther. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Now, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library? If there's any information about this source thing, Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Yee. This is a dang nice library.
Thanks, we work hard on it.
Aren't you a little young to be a librarian?
Oh,
Cato hangs out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. Oh, I wish to reach that level when it comes to, library membership. I just keep an eye on the place for Mr. Novak sometimes. They got you working for free. It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all?
We need a favor.
I already told you in Rollo. I can't put you any higher on the waitlist for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience.
Actually, we're looking to do some research.
Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sort of don't know. Where do you go on the history of the town? There's the country record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8. 6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop.
We have to keep digging.
If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rollo Carter lived a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself. Oh, I love her so much.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a country record. What? Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try.
Hey. We're all a little tired here. Just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name, Beck?
In the obit, J. Hartford. From the Brookville Tribune, 8 years ago. That can't be right.
What is it?
J. Hartford. That's my grand's name, Juniper Hartford.
Oh no.
Maybe there were 2 J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor.
Okay, this is getting creepy. If Gran is 6 feet under, 3 towns over.
Then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Oh no! Alright gang, I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick.
Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow.
Oh no. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? Asking the real questions, Beck.
I'll think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet.
Oh no.
And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business.
Oh no. Thank you for the hydrate check, Mike.
Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
Oh no. Gran? is home.
He held perfectly still,
Thanks for the stretch check.
tempering his breath, and to listen
Thank you.
closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Move slowly and quietly. Slowly and quietly. No!
Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Oh no.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Or maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
He flipped the lid to read the label.
Oh, music in this game is so good. Absolutely agree. It's so good at setting the atmosphere.
Mr. Nuncreed. Okay, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess my only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran would think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done.
Gran's gonna be right outside, isn't she? I know it. I can feel it in my bones.
No! Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
It was the jam. No, there was something in the jam.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
No!
Groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The jam. Well, he accomplished his mission. He went to sleep. Hi, Nan. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Oh, poor Luca. He just like fucking Family Guy fell in the middle of the floor. Rest now. Let me handle everything. Sweetie, no.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Good question.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival.
I like being thorough and checking around just in case there's any hidden words that I need. Alright, let's head down to the festival. Oh, take care, Baron. Where have you been?
Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. The one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep.
Whoa, ho, ho. Sly devil.
Hee hee hee. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything?
I looked around but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. And Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech.
What speech?
Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Run, 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 run. Oh no.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Is this thing... hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Oh, thanks for the hydrate check. Oh yes, before we get started, I just want to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Shepper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. The scattered, sad applause. Now that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone!
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Oh heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. It would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Oh my god, this prick. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am gum grateful for it. Thankful for it. Bleh, I can't read. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. Frosty King, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, guys. I hope you're all doing well tonight. Oh, it's only like a little bit past 10 o'clock over here. I'm doing good for now. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are the horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I'm tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. Frosty, it has been a while, but I'm glad to be back. And thank you so much for the raid. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I've learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We've all planted a lot of good in this town, and so it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim...
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
Oh no, our harvest awaits. And everyone died.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything!
I love the narrator so much. She is just so fucking done.
Maybe we should just quit?
No.
Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
Maybe, honey, do you want to take a break from your job? You sound stressed.
No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Okay. So we have a different option for cops, so let me just check. Okay, we have a different option for cop. So let's try good cop, sly cop.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
Huh? What's going on here? You let Muriel go. Please, call me back. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
Seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
How do you know you know how Juniper is with her precautions? Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So, it turns out we're both here to...
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
Destroy the evidence?
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yeah, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source, well, you both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning up things down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day, I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in the perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time Mr. Tolliver had a candy shelf, but all he does ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning.
Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried? Covered? Could it be a cover-up?
Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21, N would be 14, D would be... Ooh, it's an anagram. Nuncreed's Drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
I think even I'm taken a bit aback by that. Rollo, you genuinely surprised me with that. Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's new drugstore. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Alright. Off to solve a mystery. Oh, hello? You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. Alright, let's keep going. Let's just keep going. And guys, I'm not quite sure how much longer it will be. It might be another like 15 minutes or so. Because it feels definitely like we're getting towards the end of the story. Like all the pieces are coming together. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work. You. I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is the Zanzibar Town Festival really about? I think.
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what current perennial harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, heiress, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damn backyard. They are dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When all this inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change, whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future, or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you'll always just be a Gus. Good night, heiress. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. We have a mystery to solve, though. Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. I do hate it when the villain makes a good point. Okay, where is the drugstore? I think it was up this way. I could be wrong. I know that was the newsstand and the diner. Yes. The town does look very pretty at night, I will say. There we go.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. He is adorable, very, very cute. And we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I am certain you do.
I always wonder why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile.
There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold, hard cash. Well, he's right. It's locked. There's got to be more clues. Okay, let's see. Yes, the phone booth! Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
This is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Krensner drugstore. I mean, underground secrets. The password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Oh no. Secret lab? Alright, let's see here.
Cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we... Oh no!
The dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing.
I'm reminded of that moment in season 3 of Stranger Things when they're in the mall and they accidentally go in the elevator that goes down to the secret Russian lab.
It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. Thanks for the hydrate check. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the transdimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue 12 were real? Rollo, at one point or another, you said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. Mining Operations Alpha? You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes. Pa always says you can only trust a mine up to the point where they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies to this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa, you don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. Oh, that's where my mom works. What does she do?
Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. This suit has a broken mask. So, have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like a nun-creed and talks like a nun-creed, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. That's a lot of buttons.
Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing! I didn't even mow yet. What was that?
Hide.
Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here.
Just get back.
Shit. Oh no.
Shit. Shit.
Awesome! You'll need to come with me now.
We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers.
Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever.
They who?
That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins.
We don't care about our skins.
Hold on now, I like my skin.
This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him.
Who?
Walt.
You don't get to talk about my dad.
You know, your father and I were friends back before
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
all of this.
That's a lie.
It's true, I used to bounce you on my knee.
What happened?
Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were a psychic? No. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yup, total psychic.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Shopper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it.
And my dad said no.
Your father and I both believed in helping people. But the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Shopper Valentine, he'll make sure that they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Oh. Sharper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sub-story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
What you gonna do, old man? There's 3 of us and 1 of you. I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What?
You really don't know. My Gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose.
Juniper?
Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party.
She's going to disrupt the festival. Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know?
Apparently she knows a lot of things.
What?
Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today.
And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now, she's in danger, boy.
I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square.
The fountain? But why would...
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source?
What the heck is the source?
If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. You all need to run.
Run where?
Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back.
That did not go how I expected.
So... we're totally following him, right?
Totally.
See you on the other side. Yes, children! Do the dangerous thing!
You good? Yeah.
I love this town. Beck is the fucking best. I love her so much. Honestly, the writing in this game is so fun. All the kids are so sassy.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth.
Yes!
Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carry her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
That was intense.
Yeah. So I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like you got any of us.
I didn't feel like we traveled that far.
So where did it all go?
This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We've got to catch up to Nuncreed.
And yes, we're back. We found where the manhole goes out to.
I think it went this way.
Let's just see. Okay, and I can't interact with that. That's okay. Let's just keep going where we're going.
Be small, do crimes. Be small, do crimes. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of town.
Ah, I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Well, stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective, kill us all and shift-shaped into a Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there.
You get used to it. We should keep going.
had rounded the corner to the frozen town square. They spotted
Gran.
Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild.
Gran, you might want to stop.
Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators.
Gran? What's happening?
Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollowenbeck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing.
How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing?
Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive. Oh no! Oh no!
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to effect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
And in the stillness, he began to... like, either one of these could be interesting. A part of me thinks that maybe if I picked hum, then it would kind of like resonate with some part of like a core memory that the two of them have. I'm gonna go with hum. Just because it doesn't seem like the obvious choice, but this game is full of surprising twists and turns. So if it's not one, then it's the other. So I'm gonna go with hum for this.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother.
Oh.
Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud.
Oh.
Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
Oh. This game is beautiful.
Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know?
I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo.
Buckaroo? The only person who call me that are my dad and your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly.
Oh no, oh, do we have one more twist?
He could just make out the impression of a familiar face.
No, I can't take any more twists.
He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother. Only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, buckaroo.
Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Oh. Eleanor? I thought you were gone. You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. Maybe it's like exposure to the chemicals made her older. Or age more rapidly. I'm not sure. You were exposed.
Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where'd you go? Why did you leave me?
I never left you. I was always right here, Luca.
Why did you lie to me?
You tore me up, Luca, and I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on. But the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone.
You could have trusted me.
These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And they don't care who gets hurt in the process.
And what do?
We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with fire.
For the first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now. There's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. Time to expose the truth. Hell yes. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know. 7 months ago,
Flashback time?
Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest.
Ooh, okay.
She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering.
Background time.
No turning back now.
Honestly, I'm doing good. I'm happy to just keep playing until we get to the end of the story. I think we're just almost there.
She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tenthus liquamen. There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret, and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our nose. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We had just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated... Miss Hatford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You snivelling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see this festival is a sham? An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her, she has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I am Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable, so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... Oh my god, is the kid fucking Valentine? Oh, I can't take too many twists! All of these twists! That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Ah, the ever tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's buried in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Carr? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
The power of science, ladies and gentlemen.
A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
I mean, you're not wrong. What? No. Ah, so you didn't see that coming. Good.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. Huh, wonderful.
Shepper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Shepper, you malicious bastard.
Hehehe. I'm glad you're back so I can tell it to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again.
Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr.
William Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward.
Does anyone else have something to contribute?
A helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. But Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. I love that he's just so, like, yes, I'm evil. I'm absolutely reveling in it that I'm just so fucking evil. I don't know which is worse, a son who's completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting my time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's all right, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. It's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Oh, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again. And I'm willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty.
Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of perennial harvest?
Huh. You think that puffed up blatherskite could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Shepper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Want someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned it.
Mr. Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire, at your service. He's a fucking actor, you piece of shit. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait. So this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop us, this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most. And I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple.
I'm not afraid of you.
Huh, the young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. I know, it's Patsy. I should have seen it as well. I'm an idiot. What a pity. If things would have gone bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you.
You can't do this.
Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought. But well worth it. Huh.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we? Oh my god!
Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer.
Fucking hell.
The end.
Fucking hell!
This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing.
Oh my god, I thought we were so close!
Let's see.
Ah! Okay. Okay. I think we picked the best one with, that one. But there is this other one that we've unlocked. Oh my god. We're so close to the end, I can feel it. Feel it in my bones. Malice.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes. Like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncrete's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I know we're coming up to 4 hours, but the thing is, if I stop now, we maybe only have like 30 minutes left or something of the game. And then it's going to be just like a super short stream. And I would prefer for next week we start the 2 new games that my patrons have voted on. I haven't made the announcement public yet on what games we're going to be playing for the next Friday and Sunday games. So if you're on my Discord, don't say what it is yet. So I really want to try and finish this up tonight as best I can.
I just want this all to be over.
Of course, I'm sure we'll all work out soon enough. I should get going.
I told Roxy I'd check for Rollo at the treehouse.
Luca twisted free of Nuncrete's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Hello, you little shits. These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad. It's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know the festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It would be a shame if someone...
The two scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Little shits. He looked down and muttered in a gruff voice. Mom always told me my problems would look smaller once I grew up. But my problems always seem to grow right along with me. Heavens, I sense big trouble ahead. Okay, let me just see, because when I looked... I'll get back to this in a second. When I looked at the game length for Beacon Pines, it was like roughly, I think maybe 6 hours or something. So I was like, oh, let's split into 2 streams. Let me just check. Come on. Sorry about this, guys. I just want to confirm. Because if it's like... Yeah, the game length is like between 5 to 7 hours. And we're coming up on almost 4 hours tonight. And then we had like 2.5 hours the previous stream. So, let's just keep going for now. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modwell. I work here now. I'm unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, we don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Honestly, Sam, I'm doing good. I've got my water bottle. I've got, like, I'm good. You guys are making sure I take stretch breaks and keep hydrated, so I'm doing good. I'm getting sleepy, but if we've only got, like, a little bit more to go or a couple more chapters to go, then I should be okay. Thanks for the stretch check. Our harvest awaits. But I don't think I'm going to, like, linger with, like, exploring a ton of things. I'm just going to, like, prioritize mostly the plot. I'm just going to check if I can fish for anything else. No.
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is up.
Okay, nothing else that's new. Rollo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo! Oh. Rollo, wherever you are, I hope you're okay.
Luca felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace. Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward.
Oh.
The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source. He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo."
Oh.
Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course. I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone."
Oh.
Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo."
Oh.
Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in there?
A commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Oh no.
Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back, He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Oh my god.
Stop right there. Or I'll...
Oh my god. No. They did an experiment on Rollo, and now he's all grown up. Sheesh, I know it's dark and all, but I figured you'd recognize me. He's such a fluffy boy. Sorry, like, because I love cats. I love cats so much, but because his ears are so fluffy, I want to scratch his ears so badly. It's so adorable.
Who are you?
The large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop now, I'll club you with a baseball bat.
Whoa, take it easy. Luca, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rollo.
Nice try, but I know you aren't Rollo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he?
Uncle. Luca, quit messing around. It's me.
If it really is you, prove it.
Flamin' chicken coop, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo. Only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you?
When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away.
What? Where did they take you?
Dunno, they threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big. Look.
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower. But beggars can't be choosers.
Rollo, it wasn't just your hands.
My feet too? Dang, Bar just made me new socks. Shoes, sorry. I'm very tired. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What the?
His hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo!
Rollo, what did they do to you?
They made me drink some sort of green crud. Ew. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice. Some bullshit. It's some bullshit! I passed out and woke up like this. And then I sort of smashed open my cage and escaped.
Whoa, you smashed open a cage?
Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage? Who are these people?
I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it.
Fix it? This is awesome!
Well, I'm just glad you're safe now.
Look, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. I'm just gonna check something again. 1 second. Okay, it says it could go for like a 6 to 7 hour if you try to get everything. I think it's like if you just wanted to get to a ending, then it's shorter. But if you wanted to like get to the real story, then it's longer. So, okay, let's keep going for now. Until we get to a good point, and I'll maybe considering pausing it. But it feels like we're so close to the end.
Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous.
Danger? Ha.
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Hey fellas, what's up?
With a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
When we get to the next chapter, I'm going to call it a night, because we're coming up to 4 hours now, and I have work tomorrow. Take cover. Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you?
This is Beck.
Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So you could just hang out here with your large adult friend? No, this is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who just showed up out of nowhere. So we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I can hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here. Not now, Rollo. Mac, you said something bizarre happened? Yeah, but...
She shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
Anything you can say around me, you can say around Rollo. This has been a weird day all around, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try to salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. How did that go? It's blue. Okay, just need to play it cool and hope no one notices. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to heart.
Ilona tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it would be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That kind of seems like a grade A creep. Beck. He is. Him and his weird cold personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough for her to exile her daughter to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains, you'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is this why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you're grounded. What? In the morning, I'll have Nellie come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. But not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey. But that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more...
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think of how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie.
Good night, Mom.
Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded?
No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place.
Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Great. Can we get back to the story now? The next part is the important bit. I have this radio I upgraded with my mom and I was too angry to sleep. So I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yeah, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new lead researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Modwell seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. I Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable by finishing the work left by her predecessor? Her work must be complete before the festival. I'll make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she's finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We're in the endgame, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she'll either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay just for a bit. Oh? It's just, we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline. And rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear, when they say loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone? Capital murder?
Luca gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder?
I was hoping you guys would know. Now, as far as we know, Kara's the top banana at Perennial Harvest.
He sounded scared of this founder guy.
So we have an even topper banana on the field.
What the hell is my mom caught up in?
Has he talked about the job much? Has she talked about the job much there?
Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected.
Luca, do you think the body at the warehouse was
the person Beck's mom came to replace? That would make sense.
Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got loose-ended.
I'm getting that impression.
Okay, so we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't you just come home after work? The creep on the radio said they were going to hold her until then. Not if she's not coming out. We gotta go in and get her.
Beck flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this'll help. You have blueprints? Well, it's really just a welcome map from my mom's PH orientation day. But it shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Thanks for the stretch check. As soon as the next chapter hits, I'm going to be calling it. So don't you worry, guys. We're almost at the end for tonight. Look, there's a reception area. There's a big room marked Founder's Office. It even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline. We have an objective. We have blueprints. You realize what this is, right?
Willow started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist. Okay.
Chapter 6.
No. With that, I'm calling it. So originally I was thinking we would be starting a completely new game next Sunday, but we might be doing this for a bit longer because we haven't even seen the inside of Perennial Harvest. A part of me is thinking we might have enough of the story yet to go for an entire new, one more stream of Beacon Pines. Because I'm just loving the story so much. I love the pacing of it so much, and I don't want to rush through it or call it early. I want to see how far this rabbit hole goes, and so I think it's well worth just having maybe one more stream next Sunday, and we wrap up Beacon Pines then, and we start a new game on my Friday night spy streams. But I'm going to be announcing that soon, and but for now, this feels like a good point to wrap things up because it has been almost 4-hour stream. It is a hell of a welcome back stream, but it feels like now is a good time to wrap things up. So, if you've been lurking in the shadows and you like what you've seen so far, please consider following. We would love to have you back at the Blue Rose Respite. You're welcome anytime. Be sure to check out my other socials that are in the chat right now, including my ASMR channel, and also I have a separate channel for where I upload all my Twitch VODs, so be sure to check that out and give that a subscribe. My Twitter, of course, and my Instagram as well. But thank you all so much, everyone, for the incredibly kind welcome back. I'm just going to see if there's anyone currently live at the moment. I think we're good. But thank you all so much for the wonderful welcome back. I have missed streaming so much, and it's good to get back into the flow of things. And I will see you next Friday for my Friday Night Spice stream, and next Sunday for more, or hopefully the final stream of Beacon Pines. But we'll see how things go. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight, and I hope you all have an amazing week ahead. And remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. And as always, stay wicked and wonderful. Good night, guys.